All right, hello everyone. Welcome to our adjourned session of our usual Thursday night D&D session, sort of a makeup session that we're running on Tuesday. The following week, we're following the exploits of a ragtag group of adventurers, affectionately known as the Blessed. They're in a homebrew setting, trying to save the world. They're currently in this sort of trade city, a wretched hive of scum and villainy known as Rydal, and they're looking for one of the merchant kings of the city who has turned bad, and they're looking to bring him to justice. That's sort of a brief overview. Would anyone like to go into more detail about what you guys accomplished last time we played, if you remember?
I just remember crab people in a submarine.
Yeah, we managed to sense some like magical presence or something like that, didn't we? It led us to this submersible. We we busted in pretty much and saw crab people that were not edible, and then we pretty much fucked them up.
I mean, you can try to eat them. I just described them as sounding like it. They smell and taste like rotting, like decaying shellfish.
Yeah, I might pass on that.
So, like if you leave it out, it just room temp for a long time. That's what it smells like.
And then I think I smashed a dude's kneecap and got him to yell for his boss.
Oh, yes, I forgot his name, but we'll call him Bob.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes.
I like Bob.
It was so you followed the trail. You investigated the warehouse district for magical items, which is this merchant king's sort of a wheelhouse, what he deals in, and you caught a brief trace of a magical item, or like a lot of them being moved, and followed your nose, so to speak, to the dock ward, and you decided it sort of went into the water, and so you decided to dive down there and take a look. You found a magical submarine, and decided to investigate. You found giant lobster people, crab people,
Yeah.
in other parlance, murdering a bunch of sailors on board. You decide to intervene, slaying the crab people, but not before one murdered one of the two by cutting them in half. The other one was saved by the timely intervention of Anastasia, who is in love with her, so to speak, now, following her around, and so you had questions for him. Slizik did break his legs. Because he was less than enthusiastic about showing you where his boss was. But yeah, so you're carrying him?
Yeah, he's my backpack now. He's my man pack.
Just got him all jumbled up like C-3PO back there. And you're just carrying him.
Tie his broken legs in front of him.
He did say that his boss was below decks guarding the magical items, so to speak. But beyond that, I think he also said he has some bodyguards with him as well. But beyond that, you don't really know what's down there.
Well,
I just going through here, seeing I got some stuff to do. I'm going to just take out a quick let's see, what's the nice surface? If there's a relatively clean crate, I'm just gonna like lay out a line of rush and do that real quick. Invite anyone who wants a dose.
So the interior of this place is pretty bloodstained, but it's not a little presto can't magic right out. Get you a clean surface to snort some rush off of.
Yeah, I'll Mr. Clean Magic Eraser a little section. Invite anyone want to care to prepare for some battle.
Yeah, fuck it, let's party. Now's the time.
Cut it up.
Hey Bob, you want in?
Bob he can't move because he is tied to your back, and he has got no legs, Lieutenant Dan.
I mean, I can just smash his face into it.
So that's quite all right. You can. While usually I would partake the pain, I don't think that would really help. So I just experienced more of it.
I don't think that's how it works. But
Oh, I'm pretty sure it is. Heightened senses, all that.
that's yeah. Sure.
I mean, it's a made up drug, so it could be whatever.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So
Snork.
yeah, just nice old rail right there.
What does that do again? Probably should have.
You get a +1 to initiative and +1 to dex saving throws.
Huzzah!
Sorry, I actually changed it.
Ooh.
Under illicit substances, I now have written out what each one does.
Oh,
Rush
even more.
is a +2 to initiative rolls, a +2 to dexterity saving throws, and a +2 to dexterity based skill checks. And it lasts, both of you roll 1d4 + 1.
Oh boy.
That's how long it lasts.
Ooh.
It'll last 4 hours for you, Slizik. And
Jeez.
5 hours for you, Alistair. Since this is also not your first time using Rush, and you have used it liberally over the past couple of days, give me that con save.
Yeah, all right. Fair enough.
Hit me with it.
Oh!
You're like addiction. What is that? Okay, you're both fine.
It's just easy. Just don't get addicted. It's not even hard.
Yeah, just look at your body and say, "Don't be a bitch." Walk it off.
Not even
Yes,
once.
if only it was that easy. Anastasia will heal herself with a cure wounds because you guys are going into battle as well, and she's missing some HP. Everyone else is close to full row, right?
Yeah, I'm untouched.
So I'm moving around. You're 5 off, Alistair.
Yeah, it took a little bit.
So she does. The reason I'm saying that she doesn't have any more lay on hands is why she's using the spell instead. But yeah.
All right. Well.
So are we attacking outright? Are we trying to lure him to us, or?
I kind of tried, but it didn't work unless we have something better to lure him with.
Oh well.
Apparently doesn't give a
He
shit
really
about
doesn't
Bob.
have any reason to come up here. That's what Bob says. I mean, most of the systems that power the ship are located down below. So I mean, you can't really sabotage the ship unless you decide to, you know. There are, if you're trying to, there are less than subtle ways to dismantle the ship, of course. But I mean, you wouldn't be able to pilfer any magic items, which I'm assuming that's what you're here for.
Yeah, pretty much. Can I quickly? I'm going to activate my armor of Agathis, so my frosty armor gets frostier.
Oh, you just have a frost damage.
Oh yeah,
Get temporary hit points too.
Oh, Bob's probably not loving it, but that's fine.
Ooh, it's quite cold.
Just don't lick it, whatever you do.
What's a good? There we go.
Well, should we just run down there, or what's the plan here?
And that's 15 points of 10 HP, right?
I thought it was 10.
10? I'm asking because I forget.
It's 10, yeah.
Your blue bubble next to your name is going to be your temp HP.
Sweet.
I'm gonna go ahead and let's just see how long this lasts. Okay. I want to. I'll say to everyone. Well, all right. So, are we planning to immediately, upon seeing him, just straight up attack? Go. No talk. None of that.
I mean, that's kind of my plan, but
Right. I tend to agree. I just asked because I I think I could bless everyone before we do this.
Yeah, that'd be probably wise.
All right, so we have me, you. Who feels like they need it?
Anand raises her hand.
I could
Oh
probably
yeah,
do
one
pretty
of you
well
was
at it.
rolling very poorly on your skill checks and attack rolls last time.
And that was definitely me. That was
Okay.
me
I
failing
can't remember if it was you
everything.
or Aja. I think Aja was the session before or last.
We were both horrible.
Well, my scaly friend, feel like you're good enough on your own?
I could probably handle it.
Okay. All right. So I want to when we're just right about to break in, I'll cast bless, or I'll hold my spell until then on me, Anand, and Anastasia.
Okay.
Is this like the door to the room this person's
Yeah.
in, or
So sorry, that's like the grate or trap door down, right there. This is its own room.
Okay.
Yeah.
well, unless anyone's got any ideas, I'm jumping down there.
All right, let me move you guys over. So you enter a very sort of a dark space. This is like the hold, so to speak. There are no, you know, there are no magically lit lights here, save for one that's sort of like where you guys are at. The rest beyond this door is sort of, or sorry, this it's all one open space. There's no door here. It's sort of cloaked in shadow outside of where you guys are standing. You do see through the sort of through the darkness, vague shapes, a lot of stuff piled up. You assume this is where all of the loot is, so to speak, the magic items. And then sort of materializing out of this darkness is this sort of cloaked figure. And he is flanked by two people in very imposing looking armor as well. And I'm trying to find their character sheets is why I'm stalling for time. Okay. Because you guys did say you're attacking as soon as you guys started, so.
I want to mark myself for bless, if that's all right.
Oh, yes.
What does bless do exactly?
It's a d4 to attack rolls and saving throws?
Saving throws as well.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm giving you guys blessed, and I'm giving Slizik his armor.
So Anand can see perfectly fine.
Yes.
Is there anything in the room that is extra other than the two bodyguards and the king?
As far as living creatures goes, no. So since you can see him better on it, I will describe him better to you. He is his armor looks like it is billowing sort of this maybe like a smoke almost, like or maybe shadows. Like even with your vision, if you're not focusing on where he is, he sort of seems to shift out of space, and you lose him momentarily. And he looks like he has a short sword and a dagger. The dagger appears to be maybe a magical item because it appears to be more ornate than the short sword itself. The bodyguards are just wearing like typical body armor stuff. You know, they got the shield, they got the swords, they got the bulky armor, and they're looking for a fight as well.
So what I'm hearing is rogue spellcaster.
That is yes. With Aja here as a template, he probably appears to be in the same vein as what she can do.
And Anand is going to murmur quietly that, basically that to her friends, is that he's got some kind of weird magic cloaky thing on, and he kind of looks like maybe he's got Aja's
Got Aja's what?
skill
set.
set.
Uh,
What she probably said was, "Oh fuck nuts, he's a rogue spellcaster."
Do we roll initiative at this point?
Yeah, you guys, let's go ahead and if you're planning on attacking right away, let's
I
go ahead and
mean,
roll initiative.
I'm planning on just running it.
Just what he does is he will opening veiled monologue, of course. But yes, you can roll initiative, but he'll say, you don't look like the creatures that were destroying my ship, but nevertheless you are interlopers. And he says, he goes, I'll deal with you like I would of those creatures. By the way, hello, Bob.
oh,
oh, hello, sir. It's a fine day to see you.
I've got his broken legs like wrapped in front of me.
Goodbye, Bob. Oh, yes, that's to be expected. And then he waves his hand, and
Don't you dare hit Bob!
Bob's like veins turn black, and then
no!
he just starts twitching and then dies.
Bob!
How could this happen?
This
I'll
was
fucking kill
certainly
you!
an unexpected outcome.
Maybe this is why Bob didn't want to see him. Huh.
Damn you!
Do you put him down or you just
No!
keep
He's
him?
coming with me.
Oh my god!
I take his arms and wrap them around my throat too, so he's strapped on like a backpack.
Jesus.
You just tie him in knots to your
Yeah.
body.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's grim.
That is so grim.
None of you watch the C team.
Does he provide cover?
Yeah, he's my back shield.
There was in this thing I watched. There was this corpse that this guy wrapped around his body, and it gave him a +1 to AC. But it was like a small creature, so it was essentially a vest for him. It's what he used it as. But yeah, that was not what Bob will provide for you, though.
I don't care.
But yes, he is expired. He's there's twitching, and like you hear all like whereas his legs were broken, now you hear everything in all of his bones breaking. You just hear them snapping like twigs behind you.
So I want to go.
All right, so yeah. All right, bodyguard 2 is first up. Looks like.
Come and get some.
And is this your order? So you guys are just at the end of the stairs, essentially. So, like, I put the front people in front, obviously. But, I mean, if you want something different, just put yourselves in some configuration in that 6 square space. Where you want to be.
Works for me.
Anand is very happy behind Anastasia.
Hey there,
You
friend.
you can be right here if you want.
I was just gonna see maybe me and Aja want to like trade places or.
So that she has, line of sight. That would be good.
I mean, it's up to her.
Oh, wait. So, it should. To be fair, it should only be me, Anastasia, and Anand who have the bless.
Okay. So yeah, I was wondering if you were casting at second level, but okay, maybe misheard. So yeah, we'll swap you guys out unless.
Oh no, Aja. Wait.
What do you guys want? Anastasia. Yeah, I'm running Anastasia, so we probably don't want less on her because
Yeah.
for some reason,
Aja had it.
as a
It was me, Anand, and Aja.
as a DM, my rolls are usually on fire, and as a player, not so. All right, should be good, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So this bodyguard So,
Alistair.
by the
hiding
way, this
behind
wall
his
is not
many
here.
people's
It was, I can't remove it because it's part of the ship, but essentially that's delineating where the shadow is, essentially. The dark, the dim air, light, dark light, dark,
The
essentially.
dark light.
Yeah, where the area where there light is lacking. There, one. And
It's
he's
coming
gonna
right at
go
us, eh?
right here. Yeah, he doesn't really have. What's he got? Yeah. All right. So he is going to attempt to. Oh damn. Okay. So yeah, he is going to attack Aja first by he's charging at her with his shield. He's attempting to knock her prone.
Oh,
You said Aja?
Sorry, Anastasia. I got too many tabs, guys. I got so many. Stop it. Oh god. Okay, here we go. Shrink some. Okay, here. All right. And he got a 20 to hit. She's probably gonna be fine with the savings throw, but yep. So he does do 9 damage to her, but she is on her feet. He follows it up with a stab from his sword. 10 to hit. That is going to be a miss. And that is his turn. Okay. So I gave this guy a lot of stuff. I hope I can remember it all so I can play him appropriately. He is going to. So you see him. So all you are having trouble seeing him except on it, you can see perfectly in darkness because he's still somewhat obscured by the lighting, the area he's in. But Aja, you see him just sort of disappear.
Bodyguard too?
No, the King of Clubs. Or this
Okay.
man you assume to be the King of Clubs. And he has extra movement speed because he's a fancy boy.
Fuck nuggets.
And he's gonna go right here. And yeah, by the
I
way,
don't like it.
he's
Anna
invisible.
get an
Did
attack?
he just provoke attacks of opportunity, or do we not see him?
He's invisible.
Okay, cool. I mean, not cool at all, but cool.
So when I say he disappeared, it's because he used the spell.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and detect magic is not going to go well in a room full of magical objects.
So let me use here. And he is going to attack the back line like rogues do. And he's going to stab once at Alistair and once at Onid.
Sure.
Alistair is a 20 to hit.
That will do it.
All right. So you take, because he's invisible, he's advantage in the attack roll, which means he gets sneak attack. So you take 6 plus 10 damage. 10 for sneak. And he's going to do the same to Onid as well. So does a 15 hit your armor class, Onid?
My armor class is 15.
All right. So that tie goes to the runner. It's 8 piercing and 6 sneak to you. But
Okay.
because he attacked behind you, or off to your side in Alistair's case, you know that there is a person there, or something that's attempting to murder you. So you can
Hellish rebuke.
probably try to do something about that. And yes, you can hellish rebuke. Was that a dex saving throw? Okay.
Yep. DC 16 for half damage.
Okay. He got a 22.
Damn it.
And because he
Jerk.
has evasion,
Oh, man.
he takes no damage.
Rogues are only fun when you play them. You said 8 plus 6?
8 plus 9.
8 plus 9.
But that's his turn. Now, Alistair, it is a time for your rebuttal.
If I make a ranged attack, is that at disadvantage?
Yes, it would be. You would need to take a step back.
Is that regardless of who I attack with it?
Let me look. I think it is, but usually the way I play it is if the target is right next to you. Is generally how I do it. I'm gonna look up raw though.
I mean, I can't see him regardless, so there's not a lot of spells are like you got to see the target.
Yeah.
So.
Wait,
is he still invisible?
Oh yeah.
No.
Damn, that's some good magic.
Oh yes, it is.
Some greater invisibility.
He didn't get to the top of the criminal underworld by being a pushover. Yeah.
Okay.
So raw says yes, even if there's a hostile creature, you have disadvantage.
Okay. Question.
Yes.
Okay. I want to use the dragon hand gauntlet. And given that this is like frost, as in like stuff that adheres to things that it's sprayed against.
You want to give him.
fellow?
You want to sort of outline his give him a silhouette, as it were.
Yes.
All right. So I'll allow you to do the attack, and then I want you to roll an Arcana check at disadvantage to see if you can use it in such a way that it will frame him for you guys to essentially remove his invisibility.
When you say attack, I mean it's a DC. So
Yeah. So that goes up without a hitch, but for it to also frame him, like to give you a silhouette of his person, I need the Arcana disadvantage check.
Okay. Come on.
All right. Ooh. That is good enough. So that
Right.
when you use it, you think you have used it enough that you can use it in such a way that it will, the ice will cling to him, and maybe not get a perfect silhouette, but get you enough of stuff on him that it will sort of let you know where he is vaguely.
All right. Nice little just the fire extinguisher spray, and
I'm assuming you're angling away from your friends.
yes. I don't want to hurt Arnold. I will. I'm going to Misty Step. And I'm going to pop over to the corner here.
I'm assuming you attack before you walk over there, or
yeah. So I did the action first.
Okay.
Action.
I just didn't see you put it in chat. Is why the damage.
Oh, right. Well, yeah. So what's the Did he?
I think it's 46.
But did he fail the save?
No, I didn't. You didn't put anything in. I don't know what. I forget what the save is. I forget everything. So
You
Uh,
have to do the casty thing.
yeah, you didn't
Okay.
cast a spell or anything. Yeah, yeah.
Unfortunately, it is a dexterity save.
Okay. But at the very least, he won't take even if he will you will essentially remove his invisibility, even if he succeeds. So it's a it's a it has its own DC. I think is it 15 or 14?
It's a 14.
Okay. So he did succeed. So he'll take no damage, but because he's outlined so, his invisibility has essentially been removed, and he'll comment says, what an interesting magic item. I think I'll take it off your corpse once we're through.
How do you do that as a dead man?
And I think that's your turn, Alistair.
Yep, that's it.
Alright, Onid. I think you have a feat that allows you to attack. You have a feat that allows you to attack even when someone's close by and not suffer disadvantage. Correct me if I'm wrong. With spells. Am I crazy?
don't think I have a feat for that.
I'm thinking of someone
But
else
I
then.
do have green flame blade.
Okay. Give him the old bonk. You should be able to just click it, or is it giving you an error message? Alright, so you just give me an attack roll for your staff. And it should be a finesse weapon, so you can use dexterity as well.
Doing a bonk.
That is going to hit him. So roll a 1d8 plus your... No, just extra 1d8.
Hey.
Nice.
Jeez.
She's just like, bitch.
Oh. So he takes that as it briefly flares with holy light. And you smack him across the face, and some of the flame from the sort of inner core of it, in between that sunburst, sort of hits him and transfers over to him and deals some damage. And he says, so many interesting magic items. I can't wait to make them my own. Slizik. Oh, did you want to move anywhere or use a bonus action on it?
I'm mad. Actually, no, I'm not mad.
Oh no, wait, I can't use a bonus action to scoot without getting hit. So, you know what? I'm gonna burn the last of my healing lights on myself. And I get 5 hit points back, and now I'm done.
Alright. Now it is your turn, Slizik. I'm assuming you're really angry.
I am not at the moment. I'm gonna use a bonus action. I'm gonna hold my hammer up, and I'm gonna activate Thunderous Smite. And I'm gonna go here. I'll take the attack of opportunity from that guy, and I'm just going to try and whack the King of Clubs. Reckless attack and great weapon, all that fun stuff.
Were you in melee with the bodyguard too?
I was, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he will take that attack of opportunity. Um,
He'll take 10 cold damage if he hits me.
yeah. He doesn't know that though.
No, he doesn't.
So yeah, he is going to attempt to stab. He only gets an 11 though, which I'm assuming
Yeah.
does not hit your AC.
Definitely misses. It hits
Yeah.
Bob as I'm running away.
Pierces his side.
Damn it! How dare you! And I'm going to, yeah, like as I said, I'm going to use the Thunderous Smite to try and knock this guy 10 feet away. And I'm
While
also just going to,
splashing Bob's inside parts onto the outside.
yeah,
Alright,
he's
yeah, give me
having a
that
rough
attack
ride.
roll.
And this is, I said Great Weapon and Reckless, just to be
Yep.
sure. Boop.
Alright, so the first time, it's a minus 10?
Minus
5.
-5.
Okay. So 19 minus 5 will miss, and 21 minus 5 will miss too.
Really? Oh, shit. Well,
Why is it a -5?
Because he's... If you
Reckless
had
or
not,
Great Weapon.
you would have hit with both.
Yeah. Well-
He's using Great Weapon Mastery, which you take a -5 penalty to hit for a +10 to damage.
Yeah, that's my turn. That sucks.
Aja, you are up.
So his outline's still visible, right?
Yes, you can see, essentially he hasn't stopped concentrating on this. Well, actually, you probably would drop it now that you can see him. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'll have her
That's
go
okay.
last, and then
Yeah, sure.
I will roll for her in player initiative.
Sounds good.
I also need to add. I don't think it matters, but yeah, I don't think it will. So I'll leave Alistair's and Slithic's initiative as is. I forgot the +2.
I added it.
No, yeah, me too.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't add mine.
You
Oh no, I don't.
wouldn't have gotten it unless you got some nice nose candy
Oh,
there.
that's right. I did not have nose candy. I do not trust your nose candy.
I don't understand why people have a problem with it. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah, if you make all your saves, it's perfectly fine. But we know about me saves.
You got
Only alcohol for me.
you still won. You got a nice +4 or D4 to that save.
I believe firmly that the alcohol is more helpful than the water. Water that people drink.
We're doing a thing right now. It's not the time.
Alright, I'm going to disengage.
I'm assuming
And
you bonus
then-
action disengage.
Yes, sorry. I thought I had my thumb on the push to talk, but I guess I...
Alright, so you still have some more movement, and you have your action still. Plenty.
I'm going to go for the King of Clubs. You can hear me, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
18 will hit.
Woo.
And I'm going to stay where I am.
Alright. Bodyguard 1 is gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Shit.
And he is going to attack Anastasia. Once again with the shield bash. I'm trying to knock her prone. That's going to be a miss. He'll follow the spear. That will hit, though.
Is that guy that's in love with her still upstairs?
That's Bob.
Yeah, Bob's
Oh.
super dead.
Bob's super dead. All his bones are broke. He's like jelly now.
He's leaking and he's like jelly.
Yeah, it's
He's
disgusting.
a leaky jelly bag.
Poor buddy.
It's a jelly backpack.
Yeah, so Anastasia is not got hit by that spear, or longsword, sorry. But but she is going to respond by attacking the people in front of her with her greatsword. Ooh,
Oof.
better. All right. 15 to bodyguard
Nice.
2,
That's a whole lot of pluses. Jeez.
and she's gonna follow
Yeah.
that up with divine smite as well. It's extra 2d8.
Mm-hmm.
Bodyguard 2 is bloodied.
Fuck you, that guy.
Yeah.
And that's her turn. Now I'll roll for her and put her initiative. All right. Bodyguard 2 is turn. Where would he go? I think. Who did some big damage? Yeah, so Alice. They already engaged with Anastasia. They're gonna go here for reasons, and they're gonna attack. Still trying to knock Anastasia down. And their shield bash. 20 will hit her. She's good.
Hey.
She is not going to fall down. And they're going to follow it up by... Anna didn't hit him, right? You haven't generated aggro, so to speak.
Anand did bop the king of clubs.
Okay, so then the bodyguards would try to bodyguard and stab you.
Yes.
12 to hit, that was going to be a miss. I'm assuming.
Yes. I have a 15 AC.
All right. King of Clubs is going to use his cunning action to disengage.
I don't like it.
And he's going to go right here and attempt to attack Aja because she did a lot of damage to him. And he's going to try to kick you first, Aja. 17 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
All right, you suffer 9 bludgeoning damage. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
So that'll do 4 damage?
Yes, 4. You might want to save it. We'll see. Depends if you fall prone or not.
Well, sorry, what was the save?
Strength. So you're prone now, which is why I said, do you want to save it?
But that wouldn't prevent being knocked prone, would it?
I know, but I'm
No,
saying
but
he's
you
about to
probably
attack you
wanna
with
save it for the
advantage
follow-up
as a
hit.
rogue, which means he'll get sneak attack
Okay.
against you, and you can have this upcoming damage.
Yeah, you want to uncanny dodge the next thing that's coming.
Okay. But I am going to use shield also.
Okay. So what is your AC now?
21.
All right. He gets a 27.
Jeez.
He rolled a 19 with advantage. And that does 18 damage total with sneak attack. So you can have that and only take 9. So in total, you take 18. Otherwise, you would take 27. If that makes sense.
All right, got it.
So as he kicks you and you fall down, he tries to follow with the stab from the short sword, but you like roll all the way at the last second and like gets you on the side. Really, he just nicks you. All right, Anastasia's turn. She is going to continue to wail on the guard that she has been beating up, essentially. She is going to stab, stab, stab. Ooh! Oh, yeah, she murders him in one hit.
Fucking damn.
She
All
just
right.
cleaves him in twain. Dear God. He had 26 health left. Like, starting from his shoulder all the way to his hip, just diagonally, just cuts him in half through the armor like it's paper. Blood spray, like Dragon Age, covered in it, doesn't seem to mind. Getting fit to hold a
Man, does
conversation
she
after
have
this.
cleave? Because this would be a great time for cleave.
And she does turn. She can use the bonus action. I think she's she only has spells with bonus actions, but yeah, she's going to move. She can't really move far because of this guy, so she's going to stay here until he's dealt with. That's her turn. Alistair.
All right. So he's not in melee with me. He didn't attack me.
He is within melee of you.
Fucking.
He knows how to fight spellcasters because he is one.
I mean, I can't do any shit.
Oh, do you
What?
not even have a boppin' weapon?
Why would I know? It would be useless. I have a -2 to strength.
Oh, yeah.
Wait. So hold on. If he didn't attack me, he's still in melee.
Yeah. He moved here because you're within target range, and if you try to move out without using a spell, he will stab you. That's why he's
Misty
here.
Step?
I can't. What if I Misty Step? I can't use another spell.
Well, if you
So
can't do anything else, though, do you have anything you can do as bonus?
no, my Misty Step is my bonus.
Well, you can do the bonus action
You can
first.
cantrip
And then...
after.
Well, yeah, but I'd have to also upcast it as a 3rd level spell because I don't have any 2nd levels left. I'm just gonna eat the opportunity attack and try to move past him.
All right. Yes, he will. He will attempt to
1,
stab
2,
her.
3, 4, 5, 6.
He has an advantage, so he only has 12 to hit, so you lucked out.
All right. Try harder, like this. And I'm going to cast Scorching Ray at 3rd level, and I'm going to alchemical cast the Thunder, which is like 4 loud, like coming at him. All right, so there we go. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, and on top of that, let me just go ahead and do my 1, 2, 3, 4. And
So,
each one will be corresponding to the order.
it's extra damage?
No, this is for bless.
Okay.
For plus to hit.
Yes, okay. So the first one hit. Second one miss. Third one hit. Fourth one miss.
Wait, a 17 misses?
Yes.
Alright. All right, yeah, it's gonna be my turn.
He takes 10 damage. Onid!
Can I Eldritch Blast the King of Cups? Clubs?
Yes. But apparently, according to Raw, you do so at disadvantage. Because there's a man in front of you attempting to block your shot, so to speak.
Oh, well, fine. Then I'm gonna Green Flame Blade the fucking bodyguard. Fuck you, bodyguard. Yeah, adding D4 to that's not gonna help.
Yeah, their AC is not that low. It's not as good as their boss, but it's not that low.
That was just two really bad rolls.
You still have a bonus action and movement. If you want to use them.
Well, I can't move without provoking an attack of opportunity, can I?
You can go all the way around this boy, as long as you're not exiting his range, essentially. You can go here, you can go here, you can go here, you can go here. You can go, essentially you can go all the way around him. You can just run a lap run if you want. As long as you don't move out of his range, you're fine.
Alright, then I'm going there.
Alright. Slizzik. You're up, my dude.
Okay. Okay, so
You are free to run through my space.
yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna rage as a bonus action. And little swirls of electricity start bubbling up around me. And yeah, I'm going to move here, and I'm going to try and hit the King of Clubs, and I'm gonna Reckless and Great Weapon. And if I hit him, I'm gonna Thunderous Smite to try and knock him back.
Well, it's still on your weapon. It lasts until the
I
next
think-
melee attack
Sweet.
that you hit with.
Excellent.
Both misses.
Oh my god. Well, that's it for me.
Mm.
Man, this is fun.
This is not your day. Normally, you would be destroying this guy.
Yeah.
This is gonna on under not having good smacking people days.
Haven't
Yeah.
rolled above a 10.
Aja, it is your
Yeah.
turn. You are prone, so you might want to do something about that.
Is it another save to get up?
No, you just stand up. You use half your movement.
Okay, I will stand up.
So you essentially can move 3 squares now.
And I'm going to bonus action disengage.
A 13 is not good enough.
Damn it. Okay.
He deflects it with his short sword, and it sinks into the wall behind him. Yeah, even with the D4, it wouldn't. Anything else you want to? Well, you already used everything. Okay. Bodyguard 1. Bodyguard 2 is dead. Hello, person who's watching. Welcome.
What's this bodyguard doing?
He is going to try to knock down Onid. And actually, yeah, because Slizik has not generated enough threat yet, so to speak, because he keeps on missing.
Yeah, I've done literally nothing.
Oh dear.
If you had hit him, he would have targeted you instead, but you have not hit his boss yet much
Might
at
as
all.
well
So
not
he
be
just
here
thinks
right
you're
now.
just some big buffoon he's lumbering
Yeah.
in. They keep you around for like the intimidating factor, but you're not that.
That's me.
Okay, so he's going to attempt to hit Onid. 15 to hit.
My AC is 15.
Oh lord.
Oh,
Oh lord.
Oh, fuck.
That might be it.
Yeah, I'm down.
fuck.
Super down. 100% down.
Alright, so, well, the good part is that's his turn.
Someone avenge me.
Anastasia's here. She'll probably get
Bob.
you. She'll probably get you on her turn. And by probably mean I'm playing her, and yes, she will. King of Clubs. What will he do? He will look at you, Slizik, and say, "I don't appreciate you always attempting to attack me. Could you not?"
You
And
killed Bob!
I need you to make a Wisdom saving throw, Slizik.
Oh,
Dude,
fucking
he-
awesome.
You're really good at those, though, so it's
I am
fine.
literally unconscious next to you, and you're like, you killed Bob!
You're not dead yet.
I am literally
Bob, I mean,
unconscious
you're still you're shallow breathing. Bob is literally jelly. Like he is Jello now.
I mean, and on end.
And
It's
Uh,
okay, I die once an episode anyway. We're fine.
In 36
Oh!
seconds.
okay,
baby.
here's the thing though.
I told you.
Okay. Wait, no, that's good actually. What's his saving throw? What's his? You might succeed on this.
Is it better than a nat 20?
I mean, even with a nat 20, you rolled. Okay, let's see.
God damn it.
You can't. This is untenable.
Because technically, it only works for attack rolls.
Let him be happy.
I know.
Cool. I cannot let this go.
Okay, there you go.
Let him have this one thing.
So because it is your only good roll of the night, I will allow you to have this. But basically, what happens is you feel your dragon features becoming, for some reason, you think sheep-like. Like you see a hoof, your hand turn into a hoof. You get some wool on you, and then all of a sudden it just stops, and you break out of it.
Oh, jeez. That fury, that rush is really fucking me up.
He
You're
says,
having a bad day.
He says,
Nice.
"Well, how disappointing." And
Yeah.
he is going to. Who would he? I think he would attack you because you've succeeded on that.
Get
And
at
his
me,
bodyguard's
bitch.
right there too. Yeah, so he's going to attack you.
Keep fucking with me.
He's going to try to knock you prone. No,
Sure.
wait, you can't do that. He's going to attack you with a short sword. Twice.
Oh, I
27
forgot
to hit
zap him. Yeah, that hits.
and 17 to hit.
That also hits.
All right. You do have your
He
10
does
temporary
Yeah.
HP. The thing is, he'll take 10 damage from that, but it will go. It will essentially cut through your temp HP.
Is it not 20? 20 damage on him?
His first attack cut through it because his first attack dealt 24 damage to you.
Oh, so when the I see how it works. Okay.
Yeah, I mean you can't sneak isn't bludgeoning, piercing, or whatever. So it was 10 piercing and 14 sneak. You have
And
the
I have
piercing,
that.
so it's 5 and 14.
It deals sneak type damage.
Yeah, and then his 17 to hit was 6 piercing.
So 3.
Yes.
How much total again, sir?
Sorry. 8 plus 4, 14. 22.
and then minus 10 from my thing, and then halved, right?
Yeah. So that's 22 total. That's after everything's been halved. So
Oh, okay.
you take away 10 first, so it's 12 damage to your total HP. You're at 40 now, essentially.
Ah. Excellent. Best you got.
He he seems dissatisfied that you did not turn into a sheep.
Oh, is he dissatisfied?
Yeah.
Oh, I
And,
feel so bad for him.
Anastasia will come over to you, Onid, and she will pick you back up. She has. Now I never played an Asimar, but they have healing hands, which is
I believe it's her level.
yes.
You can touch a creature and cause it to regain the number of hit points equal to your level.
Yeah, so it'd probably be better to actually heal you with Cure Wounds. She will do that. So you get, oh, the big heals, max.
Chunky.
Oh!
I got 12 hit points back.
I'm not dead anymore.
I mean, you weren't dead anyway, you were unconscious. But that's her turn. What? Actually, she will. No, that'd be her last spell slot. She'd save it for emergencies. But yeah, that's her turn. Alistair, you're up, my dude.
All right. Hey. How'd you like thunder? I have more where that came from. How about force? And I'll whip up a 3rd level magic missile for this fella. Dodge this!
He says, as after you cast it and these missiles come in on him, he says, that won't be necessary. And he'll raise up a hand and a bubble of force will protect him as the missiles impact against it harmlessly.
Wait, what?
He just did the same thing that Aja did.
He
Wait,
used shield.
It doesn't matter. Magic missile hits.
Yeah, he takes no. It says that you take no damage from magic missile.
Oh, for fuck's Christ. Alright.
He knows how to fight spellcasters because he is one.
I mean, I guess I move back 1 and then fucking nothing, I guess. That's it.
On
I'll
it.
see you in 10 minutes.
You are back. You're conscious.
I am back. Is Radiant Soul a bonus action?
I think it is.
Sweet. I'm gonna Radiant Soul my ass up. So now I have super glowy eyes and luminous incorporeal wings.
Ooh.
And I also get to deal extra radiant damage if I manage to hit. So I'm going to Eldritch Blast the King of Clubs.
All right. That'll hit.
Okay, and he takes.
Wait.
Do I get to roll?
Even with shield, that'll hit. Yes. You're good.
Okay, and then he takes a 5 extra damage from me
Radiant
being
Soul.
all glowy and shit. And do I get extra damage with blood?
Bless is just extra. An extra D4 to your attack roll.
Okay, so then he gets the 15.
Okay. And yeah, 14.
Oh, 14. Yeah, I can math.
And you can attack again with Eldritch Blast.
Yes.
His AC now is that will not be sufficient. Even with because of shield, it will not be sufficient. He's
Okay.
a
So
bubble
even
boy.
with the extra D4.
Yeah.
But I got him once.
He did, and now he is bloodied. Not looking so good. All right. If you have a movement or bonus action, since I'm assuming you stood up, you only have 3 spaces of movement.
Yeah, and she's gonna back up to where Aja is.
This will provoke an opportunity attack from bodyguard 1, just to be sure.
Oh, never mind then. She's staying where she is.
Okay. Aja.
So I'm done.
What? Is it to me?
Yes, I'm sorry, I skipped you. Slizik, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm just gonna reckless attack, but not great weapon fighting. The king of clubs. Swinging for the rafters, just fucking.
Because his AC is ridiculously high now, so it's probably for the best.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and swipe him.
Hit.
Yes!
Oh!
There you go.
So the first
Bob!
hit will confer the smite onto it. It's a 2d8.
Yeah. I think he has to.
2d6, sorry. 2d6 thunder damage.
Yes. He has to also make a strength saving throw.
Yes. I will get right on that.
Oh, baby.
This is... He will be still alive, but barely, I think.
There it is. Well, I'm gonna zap him as well.
So he critically succeed on his saving throw.
Shit. And he has to make another one. A dex save, which is
Okay.
probably.
He will probably be fine with this. Yes. He'll take no damage from the lightning strike.
That takes half damage.
Yeah, but you know he's evasion.
Ah, shit.
So let me add up this big dick damage you did here. Dear God. Oh yeah. He is not looking good.
Is that 46? Is that right?
Yeah, he is
Jeez.
Get him, Aja.
he is really not good. It is Aja's turn.
Finish him.
Oh, jeez.
I will attempt to do so.
Damn.
It is not. Yeah, they both
Jesus.
Not my night.
they both sort of just curve off of this bubble of force he's projecting around himself. Movement.
I'm just gonna go over.
Slizik, you have now suffice to say, you have now generated enough threat for bodyguard 1 to pay attention to you.
Sure have. Get the
And
fuck
he's
at me.
gonna try to stab you a bunch.
I got Bob on my back.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna help really, but hey. He's going to try to shield bash you, 21 to hit, and a strength saving
Sure.
throw. You'll probably succeed, you have advantage and everything.
I also get, yeah, advantage, yeah. Boop.
Yeah, you're good. Well, actually, good thing you had advantage, or else you'd be prone.
Oh, I forgot. Add an extra 2 damage, or 4 damage, because I'm raging. I forgot to click the button. I apologize.
Okay, he's still clinging to life. Like,
Shit.
okay.
So 4 damage.
Yeah, to the King of Clubs, he's still clinging to life. I went back and changed his tail, but
Excellent.
yeah. So 4 damage for shield bash, and then he's going to come in with the stab as well. So 24 to hit.
Yeah.
And you have that, so that's 5.
Nothing.
All right,
Does he take 10, or was that a one-time thing?
I'm sorry, what?
No, my armor of Agathis is off now.
Oh, alas.
Yeah, it only lasts while the temporary hit points last. All right, he's gonna go for broke because he literally is not good. Like he is. Fuck. What can he do?
Hit me.
All right, he is going to cast a spell.
Son of a bitch.
It's gonna be called Confusion.
Oh, fuck.
And he will get most of you in this because 10-foot radius. I think. Or at least the people that are right next to him. Yeah, let me mark this out. No. He can get 3 of you with this. Yeah, he's gonna do it. Gonna cast Confusion. That's a Wisdom saving throw
Oh
from
boy.
Onid, Alistair, and Anastasia.
23.
Wait, so what's the?
You're outside the radius of it, so you're fine.
Okay.
Sorry, was I in it?
Yes.
Shit.
You got this.
Nope.
You don't got
You
this.
do not got this.
Alright, so
Oh, no.
you are now confused, Slizik.
Hooray!
Which means basically you just roll a d10 at the start of your turn to figure out what you do for that turn.
It could be fine. You could be acting normally.
Yeah, you could. But he... what would he do? He would try to stab Slizik some more. Because you're the one doing the much damage to him.
Yeah, hit me.
And he is going to attack you. 23 to hit and 19 to hit.
Yeah, those both hit.
Alright, so the first attack, because Bodyguard 1 is still up, will get Sneak. So it's 8 piercing, which you have to 4.
Okay.
And 17 sneak damage.
Oof.
And then the second attack is 7 piercing, which you would have to 3. So it's 24 damage total.
Ow. Yeah, I'm looking pretty rough.
Huh.
Do I not have sneak damage?
Sneak is like its own thing. It doesn't count as bludgeoning, piercing, or... as far as I can
Sneak
tell.
attack damage.
It's all good.
Alright, now it is Anastasia's turn. She is going to... Is it... I mean, this is only my second time ever I've used Confusion, guys, so give me a second. Maybe third time. Yeah, D10. A 9. A 9 is good.
Oh.
Act and move normally. Hey! She's going to swing on this bodyguard. Those are not good. Those are both misses. That's her turn. Alright. Alistair. What you got?
Let's see. Friend, you're looking a little greener on the gills. I'm gonna cast Ray of Sickness.
That is not going to hit him.
Fuck. There's not really much further I can move away.
This wall is not there, by the way. So you can go in here. You'll just be in like shadow, though. Like you won't be able to see essentially if you step one more to your right.
I'll just stay as is.
Onid.
It's Eldritch Blasty time.
All right. He still has his reaction, so he will probably try to shield. You think if you. That is going to be a miss, though. And he will shield against that. So as Eldritch Blast comes in, it bounces off his sort of force shield. Even with the 2.
Damn.
Slizik, is your time to shine. Actually, roll a d10. Okay, I think 1 is bad. I know that.
Yeah, sure.
1 is real bad. You move. You move in a random direction. So roll a d8.
All right.
There's a chance this is fine.
Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You move as far as you can this way. So
Excellent.
you're just walking into the hole essentially.
I think I take 2 attacks.
Please do not attack the hull. Please do not attack the hull.
I mean, do I get to do anything?
You don't
or-
take an action. You just move in a random direction.
All right.
All right, Aja.
Well, that was fun.
Well, I'm gonna try it again for the cane clubs.
That's not gonna hit him with shield.
Am I still blessed?
Yes. You also have your bonus action still as well.
Will it matter?
The first attack, no. His AC right now is 23. That will. How do you want to do this? Guys, he had 1 health left.
Oh,
That's why he was shielding.
Oh my god! And not a single one of us could hit him.
Yeah,
If
that's
I
why he was
remember-
shielding to save his life.
Thank you
Aja,
for saving us, Aja.
how do you... Well, the bodyguard's still up, but he's, like, easy compared to this guy. How do you want to do this, Aja?
Get him in the eye.
Does he have any, like, King of Clubs bling on him that I can aim for?
You don't see any, like, really identifying... Like, nothing that marks him as the King of Clubs, but he's definitely the bodyguard's definitely deferred to him. He looks like to be the most important person on this stuff, just due to his gear and ability.
I guess being intoxicated, I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna kind of teasingly wave my arms like I'm, jesting at him, and then I'm just gonna shoot him between the eyes.
So
Get it.
he smiles as the bolt flies straight and true, because he's expecting it to bounce off of his magically projected force
Ooh.
bubble, but it sort of like shatters through it, and he manages to sort of eke out a huh before more a surprise that he's like huh before it just hits him right betwixt the eyes, and then he just falls down dead. The bodyguard is going to go all out and just try to down as many people as possible.
Psh.
Which, let's see what he can do.
So confusion has dropped.
Yes, confusion has dropped. He's going to attempt to attack Anastasia again. Shield bash, no. Spear, yes. Her turn. Stab, stab. Ooh. Yay. 18. Alright. He's not feeling good, the bodyguard. 18 is a lot of his health. Your turn, Alistair.
Okay. Might as well use the last of my stuff here. I'll pop over this way and angle the gauntlet so that Anastasia's not in the way. I'll just say, Why are you even still fighting? Oh well.
Okay. Dex save. He failed.
All right. 13 cold for him.
Yep. He is bloodied now. Bonus action.
Nope.
All right. Onid.
Pew pew.
And this will, since you're attacking him, this will be a disadvantage.
Oh, hold on then.
I think I'm just gonna rule it if you're because this is how I played it. If you're attacking a person, if your target is within melee of you, you have disadvantage against them. Other people, it's fine. That's
Oh,
how
I did a fucko. I did a fucko wucko.
That's
That first dragon hand cannon was not, in fact, a dex save. It was a con save.
Oh God, excuse me.
23 hits, 15 is not. All right, Onid. Wait, no, that's your first attack. Sorry. Second. You have 2 beams. That's both misses.
Ah.
Actually, you still have Bless. Bless could come in handy here. Roll for your first and your second attack. Looking for a 1 and a 2. First attack hits. Second attack hits. All right. So you just you hit him. You clip him in the shoulder, and he spins around. The second one just goes right through his cranium. Headshot, and it's punches clear through, and he falls down dead.
She's just like, thank the aspects.
Congratulations, guys! You did a boss battle.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now,
fuck.
granted, it would have been over
That
much
was the
sooner for all
worst
you hit.
battle.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Nothing
didn't
went
Alright.
hit
good.
shit.
So I have 2 cure wounds before I have to sit down and rest for 15 minutes.
Do it on Bob. He's still around.
No, he is
can
he
save
is straight dead.
Bob is the most
We
dead.
can save him.
You have to just pray for our fellow. Or maybe there's a magic item that can save him here. Let's
Now,
look around.
You have noted that at least Onit has noted that King of Clubs has some magic items on his person.
Well, she's gonna bust a heal on Slizik first because he looks like he's about to.
Yeah. I'm in a rough spot.
Yeah, you come to just find yourself walking into the wall, essentially, Slizik.
Oh. Kinda got some static there for a bit. That was weird.
Oh, 15.
Fuck, I hate magic.
Yeah, well, you've got 15 more healths now, which is more
Thank you.
healths than I have.
Lizik, buddy, I think it's time to let Bob go.
But he was the best of us. Really weak kneecaps, but still.
you broke his kneecap.
Maybe it's time you realize he had normal kneecaps and you just took your mace to him, and
But
it's time to let Bob go. You have drug cheat.
we had good times, didn't we? Those last
Anand's
15
living
minutes.
the body. She doesn't care about Bob.
All right. You think 3 magic items on his person. One looks to be a very...
Oh, I'm gonna turn on my detect magic eyes, I guess.
Okay, yes. So give me a con save.
Oh, good.
All right. So you there's an explosion of light in your cranium, and you take a knee, but you shake it off and come to, and you're sort of you can't even look back there because it's too bright, like back here. It's all man, it's like pure white. It's like looking at the sun almost back here.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, she's focusing on the corpse.
Yeah, so you find three
She
items.
goes this way to not look at the thing.
You find 3 items that give off that magical glow. A dagger, his armor that you sort of rest off of him. You probably can patch the holes in it, no problem. And, oh god. And you find a mask on his person as well, sort of that was obscuring his features that you take as well. You don't know what they do exactly, but they do something good.
Sweet. And she's just gonna kind of point in the direction of the other room and just be like, everything in there is magic. It hurt.
I want to check around in the next room. I'll pop up a light, and I'll check around in the next room for traps.
Alright. You don't see any traps in your light is, I'm assuming, on your person, and it's allowing you to see. You see just crates and barrels of stuff. And then as you're beginning to explore more of the space, you hear like a crack.
Oh shit.
Like, not in the hull, but above you.
Yes.
And you see something open up above you in your light, and it looks like
Yes.
you're looking into, you see stars.
Oh.
And then for some reason you see just foul-smelling water pour out, obscuring the light.
God.
And out of the water steps a crab person. And then
Do they
another
smell
crab
good?
person.
Oh,
And then another crab person.
Damn it.
And then another crab
Alright.
person. Enough until this back room is sufficiently filled with crab people.
all right. It's round 3, I guess.
Luckily for you, they seem more interested in these magic items than you currently.
We're gonna take all of our.
Let's kill him.
That's cute.
There are about 20 crab people back here.
No.
Yeah, you know who has no spell slots anymore? Any of your casters?
I'm just. Can I like do a quick like peek? Can I do like an Arcana to see like what magic item seems like I could is the most imminent, the most
Well,
worthwhile
you
for me to
can't.
take right now?
Give me an investigation check.
Okay.
I will allow you, if you roll high enough, to get one additional magic item. Alright. Magic item to be determined later. So you manage to, while these crab people are looking over these magic items, none of them, even with your light, maybe they're blinded by the magic items. Similar to Onid, because they're paying attention to this, they're like fighting amongst themselves, like clacking claws at each other. But you manage to like find one barrel that is not exact. The lid is not exactly firmly applied as usual, and like the rest, you're able to just sort of dig your hand in there and pull something out, and you take it with you. Magic item to be determined later, and you carry it out.
Well,
All right. If you notice, there's many more of the crab people. We should leave.
Yes.
should we take
Let's
something so that
go.
we have evidence that we killed this guy? Is there any?
Anand just looted his shit, so
Okay.
He also had 100 gold in his person. Sorry, forgot that.
yay!
Take his head off if you want to.
You can do that. Sure.
I only have a hammer.
I mean, just
Take
wail
his head off.
on the neck, right? It's got to be clean.
Well, Anand has his dagger. She'll.
It takes a while to cut a neck off with a dagger. Just to give you that, I'll just let you guys know. Okay, honestly,
Does
just a
it?
great sword. He
Well-
just cuts it off.
Yeah, that'll do.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
You got
Right.
a sword is why with the dagger. You just gotta. It takes a bit.
I'll
I mean-
I'll unravel.
Yeah,
I'll
let's
unravel.
just let
It's good
Anastasia
enough
cleave
crisis.
his head off and go.
Plus,
I'll
plus you run the.
unravel.
Oh, go ahead.
Unravel Bob's corpse. I'll take his legs and
It
arms
doesn't.
off.
It doesn't unravel so much. It just slough off to the floor, like plop.
I'll throw his mangled,
He has.
destroyed.
He has. His corpse has no structure anymore. All the bones
Yeah.
done broke.
It's pretty much the worst. I'm gonna throw him as a distraction to the crab people. And good night, sweet prince. Let's get the fuck out of here.
All right, you
We
guys.
leaving.
You guys. Luckily, the crab people are seem to be confined to the below deck, so you sort of hurriedly leave leave the submarine the way you came in. The airlock engages, and you guys begin to sort of swim up to the surface. As soon as you guys get to surface, you hear like a muffled boom in the water. And if you look back, there's a bright flash of light, and the submarine looks like it has exploded.
Well,
Why? What?
I guess the whole interdimensional portal thing kind of didn't work so good, maybe?
I don't look back at the explosion. I keep swimming.
You're too cool.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Let's keep it in mind where this is, and then come back around for a nice maybe deep dive.
That's good thinking.
If there's any, hopefully all the crap people died.
Okay, so we have to go, I guess, go back to that tower or whatever.
The
Talk to
casino. Your favorite place.
Yeah, it's pretty rad.
Along the way, would you like to cast Identify on these? Ritually, of course.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Well, not you. Alistair.
Let's see. Yeah, I'll start with the mask.
Alright. So it looks like that this mask is called the Mask of Duplicity. And it's an ivory half mask, and the masquerade style is extended with gold filigree. And you know that it requires attunement, but while attuned to it, you can cast Disguise Self at will. You can choose Charisma or Intelligence for the spell casting ability for this feature, and once per day, you can cast Alter Self.
Ooh.
Same thing, Charisma or Intelligence is your spell casting ability.
Okay. All right, I'll do that. I'll do the we got the armor, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do the armor next.
The armor, you know now, using Identify, is called the Armor of Shadows. It also requires attunement. It's a black leather armor with a built-in retractable cloak and hood. Comes with a pair of boots that allows, which you probably also looted, by the way, that allow the wearer's steps to make no sound. Shadows seem to strangely coalesce around the armor. While wearing it, it functions as a +1 studded leather armor. You have advantage on dexterity stealth checks.
Ooh, very nice.
Pretty good.
That is super good.
And the next?
The
The
dagger is known as the Spell Sword's Dagger. Also requires attunement. Its description is a small straight dagger with faint arcane symbols etched into the blade. The pommel is capped with a small ruby. While wielding the Spell Sword's Dagger, it functions as a magical +1 dagger, and while attuned to it, you learn one wizard cantrip of your choosing, excluding encode thoughts. Intelligence, your spellcasting ability for it. You can choose a different cantrip each time you complete a long rest. If you are no longer attuned to this weapon, your knowledge of this cantrip fades.
Huh.
Damn. Pretty good.
Well, you were talking about needing a stabby.
I do not need a stabby. It would not be useful in any way for me.
Free cantrip.
Eh,
You could get
I mean-
Shocking Grasp.
I mean, if you don't want a free cantrip, I'll take a free cantrip.
You will have all the cantrips then.
I will collect every cantrip by the end of this campaign.
There are
God.
29 excluding, or 30 including in Code Thoughts. There are 29 excluding. I counted for my other campaign for a reason.
I have 8 of them.
Sorry, that's 29 wizard cantrips. That's not including cleric and druids.
I was gonna say, I have 9 cantrips right now. I would be happy to add another one. I can find some.
Yeah, that's what you get. The fourth item you identify as insert item here. I will either make up one. I will either make up one like I did for these, or come up, or just use the or use D&D Beyond and find an uncommon magic item for you guys, or a rare. Right? I don't think you have any rares yet. Something like that.
Sweet.
But yeah, that's what you guys have gotten so far. These are all under, if you have questions about what they are, these are all under the handout unique magic items under miscellaneous
Sweet.
in Roll20. Yep.
Oh shit, I cast Armor of Agathis at 2nd level. Oops.
Yeah, that's why it was a 10.
Oh, is that why?
It's 5 normally for first level.
I see. Okay.
All right. That's what you guys have looted from the place. I'm assuming it is you came here at night, so it is still like maybe 4 a.m., 5 a.m., somewhere around there.
Nothing like a little.
So this muffled explosion briefly lit up the river behind you, but it sort of faded now. The lights of Rydal are now, which is illuminating the area around you. And yeah, you guys are free to do what you want to do.
I mean, I guess we probably swim back to shore first off.
And then
I assume we already did that because I'm casting identify as a ritual.
I'm assuming
Okay,
you
excellent.
were casting identify as you were walking to where you wanted to go.
Okay. I guess let's head to that fucking pimp ass tower.
All right. So, while it is a casino, it is open. The guards inform you that the King of Diamonds is not accepting visitors right now.
I think I want to.
Keep in mind it is 4 a.m. And he is, as far as you can tell, he is a human.
He'll want to see us. Trust me.
so look there, just like dangling this
Yeah.
wet
Waterlogged head because you had no way to seal it.
I'll just hold up the mask. Does this get us in?
So that does elicit. Well, they don't seem to know what that is exactly because the Kumon Eaters like low-level guards, but they say, well, we can attempt to rouse him, and they do. You are allowed, of course, free reign in the casino all the way up into like the room where you were last, essentially.
Tell him the blessed are here with good news.
And yeah, so some probably attendant rushes off to wake up the King of Diamonds, and you are sort of ushered back into the meeting room, and it is, and then you see. So he's the only one here now because it's so early in the morning, but he is before you in his sort of regalia, his suit, his gold mask, and yeah, I'm assuming, what do you guys want to do now?
Actually, say, let me see that dagger one more time here.
Anand will pass over the dagger.
Do you mind if I use this?
No. Go for it.
All right. I want to attune myself to the dagger.
So it's not
That
enough
takes
time
like
to
an hour.
it's not enough time to attune.
Okay, how much time do we have?
It is because you guys wanted to see him like right away. They woke him up. It's only been about 30 minutes. You need an
Anand
hour.
has spent 15 of those sitting on her butt having a rest.
Is there enough time for a
Lots
short
of-
rest?
You guys did say you walked right here. We can like say you guys did a short rest before.
Okay, I would like to arcane recovery
I just want my spell slots back.
and get my health.
Ooh.
Oh, I forgot. I did write down other magic items. You find 2 other magic items. I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry, Alistair. You find 2 magic items.
Holy shit.
Christ! I'm just gonna use them all.
You can't have them all. I want some of them.
Whatever.
Now he's talking about his fucking hit
I'm
dice.
just yeah, my
Oh
yeah,
my
his head doesn't
god.
yeah, real bad.
One looks like just a random stone, but it's like almost like a worry stone. It's like worn smooth.
Do it.
You identify it as a luck stone.
Do it. You know, I mean, the dagger's just so good. I mean, I could just take this terrible garbage rock, I suppose.
It does have like runes etched into it that designate that is no mere rock, of course.
I guess a child scribbled on it a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. You can have it.
Anand is just giving Alistair a look. Like,
She can cast detect magic at will. You are not fooling her at all.
yeah, she already knows it's magic.
Not with
She's just
my
like
8
what-
charisma. Well, okay. Well,
I have 20 charisma. Just let's go.
it seems to be, I suppose, a bit of an all-around ability enhancing rock. Pretty much everything you do will be very slightly better. If you want to be better at sneaking, you'll be better at jumping. You'll be a little bit better at, scaring somebody. Just anything.
Ooh.
So what you're saying is that it's a lucky rock.
It's a very lucky rock.
What's the other thing?
Sorry. And speaking of children's scribbles or chill out toys, this next one looks like that. It looks vaguely like a wand, but not like a wand a normal wizard would have, Alistair. It's like got these revolving bits and pieces on it that seem to magically float around the tip, and it looks like just something that's garbage, really, but you identify it as a wand of wonder.
Oh my god.
No.
This is just a piece of garbage, really. I mean, it seems that someone.
Alistair.
Wanda fucker.
This
I actually don't know what that is.
This is actually possibly genuinely dangerous item, even when you want it to work in your favor. It also is capable of extremely impressive feats. So it's sort of random, actually. Chaotic magic inside this. It's many spells. It can gust of wind, fairy fire, lightning bolt, darkness, visibility, fireball, lots of things. But as well as things that aren't even spells at all. You can have an animal show up. rain. It can also stun the person that attempts to cast it. It's extraordinarily unstable magic item. But certainly powerful.
Well, you know what? That one you can. But I think we should have a conversation about who really needs the lucky.
Well, I think anyone would be beneficial to have this.
Well, we can discuss it later as a group. I don't necessarily. The walls here may have ears.
Fair enough.
But yeah, that's what you guys have got. I'm sorry, many of the gold amount you guys got off the King of Clubs. You had 500 gold in this person. So yes,
Yay!
all that should be posted in Discord. So yeah,
Is it between us?
that's total.
Okay.
That's like what's in Discord is everything
So
you have.
everyone gets 100 because Anna would just dole it out.
Let me add that to Anastasia's. All right. Yeah. All right. So it's now a little bit later, and because you took the time to short rest, and so you are once again ushered in to see the King of Diamonds, and he says, "Well, pardon my appearance. While your arrival is fortuitous, I did not expect you to have completed your task so soon. My guards mentioned you showed them something."
Oh, yes, we have a couple of things, actually.
So Anand will delicately place the mask on the table. And then
Slizik, you had
pets the
something?
head. Oh, you know what? He just BRB'd, but I'm betting that he would just slap
fucking
that
throws
nasty
it.
right onto the table like.
And because it is waterlogged, it lands with a wet plop. Oh, how dreadful.
Well, in a manner of speaking, yes, but you asked for the King of Clubs to be dealt with, and he was dealt with.
Yes. Well, he goes, I don't really want to. Yeah, he just like snaps his fingers, and an attendant comes over, and brings it closer to him. Even they are holding it away from them. He says, lift the eyelids, please.
Is he asking us?
No, he's asking his attendant, and the attendant does so. And he's looking at the eyes. He goes, I say the eyes are the windows to the soul, you know. And I will, and due to the sort of nondescript nature of the King of Clubs, for whatever reason, his eyes do appear to be the same as when we met him prior. This will do as evidence.
Also, worth noting, you could be able to cast Speak with Dead if you know anyone of a clerical nature.
There's a possibility. I'm not sure how he would respond.
Worth considering.
After all, we are the people responsible for his death.
Sure, Or but maybe a liaison, maybe a previous employee of his. Relay the questions.
Did you leave any of them alive?
Well, the ones that we know of, no. However, I'm sure he had more scattered throughout the city. Uh, there was a bit of a explosion. Believe it or not, we did not have anything to do with it. In the submersible craft.
Interesting. That's some sort of... What is that?
What?
As far as you know, this is the first time you have seen a boat that is a boat but underwater. And this is the first time he has heard of it.
It was rather like a boat, but entirely beneath the water, and we think held in place by magic.
There was
had this
air on the
cache of-
inside.
was
Interesting.
very odd.
This craft was destroyed, you say?
Yes, there was, first of all, an attack by crab people, which there needs to be something done about. You can't just have so many of these creatures running amok in the rivers. But they have breached the hull. They picked a terribly unfortunate time to do so. As it just so happened to be, luck is it's a crazy thing. But we were able to make our escape, and as we were swimming towards the surface, there was a explosion. I'm not sure. It was destroyed.
Wow, that sounds like an interesting vessel. It's unfortunate that it was destroyed. We'll investigate these reports of crab people, as you put it, as well as this wreckage. There might be some things to sift through.
They may have been extraplanar crab people.
Wait,
They-
I would assume this, yes, because I am well versed in all manner of beasts, even those creatures used by the betrayer. But this is the first time that I have heard of crab people. I assume they are not of this place.
No, they smelled awful and were very interested in the cache of treasures the King of Clubs had, which is probably the only reason why we were able to get out alive.
Maybe they were drawn to magic items. If it is
It
as you,
certainly seemed so.
this is something to consider. I'll have some people investigate the wreckage. Now, you have exceeded our expectations. Of course, I cannot speak for the other merchant kings of Rydal, but as far as I can tell, they will be delighted to hear the news. Help us consult our power and be able to further assist Stormhaven in their fight against Norath. Your companion, the half-elven woman, we had her on a mission as well, but she also sent us word that she had completed her task as well. She will be along shortly if you wish to wait for her.
Well, what do you think?
We're waiting for who, sorry?
Your bestest friend,
Bob?
who definitely didn't know
I like how you like Bob more than Nessa.
spill your dark secrets
Ah.
to
Excellent. I mean, yeah, I guess let's wait.
Well, the other merchant kings will be here soon as well. We will then, of course, present to you the finished treaty between us and Stormhaven. You feel free to review it, of course, before it is signed.
I will.
If we could have somewhere to rest in the meanwhile, that would be
Of course, there
appreciated.
are rooms of this casino that you may use. We also have areas for bathing as well.
Yeah, this
That
cheese
would
really
be
stinks.
lovely.
Can I substitute some cheese? All mine got ruined.
Oh, of course, my dear Dragonborn friend.
Also,
Um,
keep in mind, for the future, you cannot use cheese as a gasket. Just in case it comes up.
I will take your words to heart. As after you are done bathing and giving a fresh change of clothes, of course, I will have some cheese delivered to a room.
Excellent.
Is there anything else you individuals would like?
No, I'm pretty much great.
All right. So just please rest, and in 2 hours' time, an attendant will come and bring you back.
All right. I go shower probably.
Wash the
So taking a
the poop
bath.
river off.
Yeah.
The poop river and the terrible crab people and Bob and
Don't you dare talk about Bob like that.
There is a lot of
He was
Bob
a
blood.
beautiful soul.
Bob blood
look,
behind you.
Bob Goo is like
You-
everywhere.
You broke his knee.
Well, he was being a little chatty at first. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, but he's a good guy.
Was a good guy.
Rest in peace. Throw up an F for my boy.
All right, so you guys rest. This is another short rest for you guys as well. And yeah, so you guys get some fresh clothes. You shower off all the stank. So you're feeling pretty nice when you come back in 2 hours' time. Nessa is waiting for you at the sort of the doorway to the sort of room where you met the Merchant Kings last time. And she gives you guys a sort of a smile as you approach, and she says, "I heard you guys found the King of Clubs," and she goes like across the neck. That was sooner than expected.
Yep, well, found them easy enough.
Yeah, we're pretty much the best.
Some about an underwater boat and crab people.
Yeah, it was a whole thing. It blew up though.
Oh, that's a shame. They just had me going around like interrogating. She says in air quotes people in the King Club's employ.
Oh well, you definitely missed the fun part.
Sounds like it. I would have loved to have fight a crab person.
Honestly, it just smelled very bad.
Well, I guess what do we just wait for these folks to come by?
Yeah, they said I was supposed to wait for you guys. I mean, I'm assuming we can go in.
All right, let's do it.
And you guys enter. It is much like their appearance and where they're positioned is much like when you last came in. There is on your end, of course, there is a large sort of scroll of vellum that you assume to be the treaty. It is not yet sealed or anything like that, but it is spread out for you to read and go over. You see that it is already signed by the King of Clubs. Sorry, not King of Clubs. He's dead. King of Diamonds, King of Spades, and Queen of Hearts.
I'll pretend to read it. Yes, this all looks all well and good.
It is in common.
Anand is actually going to read it?
Nessa is actually going to read it too. Give me an investigation check, or
May I try and read it?
yes, you may also. Oh, I turn you down a little because you got really loud all of a sudden.
Oh, sorry. May I try and read it?
Yes.
How?
By rolling a 3.
God damn it.
Nessa, I didn't think I need to roll for her, but
Woof.
she got a 10, so she's got +7. Okay, so Alistair, it looks like going over it, you don't see any sort of like legalese, any sort of trickery. It appears to be very straightforward. They pledge to offer mostly logistic support, like transportation of goods, and troops using their sort of merchant fleet. They do say that they reserve the right to sort of withhold their troops for their city's protection, but they also say they're going to cut off sort of trade with Norath as well.
Okay. All right. Seems all's fairly boilerplate here. Does anyone and either of you two want to take a look?
Looks good.
Wait, does Aja get to use her royal bullshit thing for that?
I mean, Aja might be good at investigation too because she's a rogue.
Aja, do an investigate.
But I mean, usually you leave it up to Alistair because, like I said, he has a +13.
Yeah, it is really, really sad that I only got 3 less than you with my +4.
I've been rolling like shit this entire night.
And we've all been rolling like shit this entire night.
Yeah.
Roll
Hey,
20
so
does
it got a
not
crit
love
in there,
us
so did Aja.
today.
Yeah, it really went well for me. I got to hit the guy once, and then I got confused.
Hey, you hit him twice, and
Okay.
one was
In
a
the same
crit.
round and got
Thrilling.
Aja, you there?
She just sent something on
Just give me a
Give me a
sec.
sec.
I will roll for her, just to speed things up. She got 15.
Well.
She is not proficient. Yeah, so
Oh my god, we all suck.
Yeah.
yeah, it looks to be everything looks to be on the up and up.
Well, do we all sign, or how's this work?
Well, Nessa is not an ambassador of Stormhaven, but you all are. So your signature is required for the treaty to be in effect, so to speak.
I don't have a pen on me, so I'm gonna bite my thumb, and I'll
They
just
they have a
swear an
pin laid
S.
out for you.
No. I don't see a pen. I'm going to.
There,
Just
in fact, you guys
here.
see 5 pens.
I look away from the pens. Well, they don't have one. What a shame that is.
I'll put my writing kit on the table and just like casually, as if I'm not even looking at it, just like knock my pen over and pull out my own fancier pen. First
Right,
line.
these are gold-plated pins, by the way.
Mine's like
2 feet
actually.
long.
I will say no. Mine's a fucking obnoxious quill.
Yeah.
It is
It's like it's like a feather of phoenix or something.
Peacock. Yeah. It's like the most. Yeah.
And it's wet and it smells bad.
No, the writer's kit is very much airtight and well taken care of. I don't want to ruin all my papers.
Oh yeah, of course.
All right. He says,
Um,
"Well, we have provided
Anand just picks up the pen, but her signature is the most extra thing you've ever seen.
mhm.
of course, writing titles for your use. But if you have brought your own, feel free to use them, of course. Each of your signatures are required, as you are the ambassadors of Stormhaven that have been present for this treaty discussion."
Get my old John Hancock on there.
Yeah, I'll write a bloody S.
All right. It is the vellum takes it. It is sort of haphazard, but you managed to do it. And
Well-
once all of your signatures are there, it is then sort of rolled up by allowing the ink to dry, of course, in the blood. They then roll it up and seal it with a sort of the wax seal of Rydal. And it looks like it has all the Merchant King's like playing card symbols on it, but the like clubs one is missing. And then it is put into like a scroll case or tube, and it is locked. And there's a hiss. It looks like it is airtight.
Well, pleasure
And
doing
they hand
business
it.
with you.
And they hand it to you all.
I
Probably
better
Alistair,
not.
because he's the one that busted out his own
Yeah.
writing kit.
Well, Anand's is a forgery kit, so she's not exactly gonna bust that out right now.
Oh, excuse me. Well, it's been a blast,
It's
but
been a pleasure working with you all, is what the King of Diamonds says. Of course, feel free to stay in our city and enjoy its many delights, but if you are intending to put together a sort of coalition army against the threat the North poses, I would imagine you were planning on leaving the city soon. But know that you are always free to come back here and enjoy our city to your heart's content.
I'll keep it in mind.
Good to know. Thank you.
We appreciate your hospitality.
Of course, let it never be said that the King of Diamonds is a poor host. With that, he gives you a half bow.
And she will nod her head very politely in return.
All right, let's get the fuck out of here.
Let's go back to the inn and sleep. How about that?
All right.
Yeah.
Like all damn day.
So, because it is early in the morning, of course, you guys get your daily sort of sending from Alaric, who, as usual, gives you updates on his end and asks you for updates on your end.
Oh, yeah, we let them know that. Okay, we established a contract with the city. They're going to stop their trade. They're going to start to mobilize their armies. We did a job for them, killing the one of their leaders that was manufacturing the arms and distributing them to that is to say the strange firing metal tubes, the firearms.
Great.
And we will be awaiting further instruction.
That's great news, is what he sends you. He says, last time I sent you a sending, you told me that Nessa was with you and you had blueprints for these firearms as well.
That's true.
I'd be very interested in acquiring a copy of those. Of course, as well as that treaty. I think you can hand those to Nessa. She seems intent on coming to Stormhaven.
All right, sure. I suppose we could do that.
But if you, and then he continues and says, if you still have a copy of those blueprints, I would recommend the next place for you to go is Khazar el Dun, the Dwarven city. Their smiths there are legendary, and their forges, even more so. They'd be able to produce these weapons in record numbers.
Ah,
If we're to catch up to Norath, we'll need their help.
all right, good to know.
Are we all hearing this, or is it just Alistair?
So, for the purposes of this, yes. For story purposes, that's not how spell works, but for story purposes, yes, because it's just simpler that way. Exposition.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't remember who has a copy of the blueprints, because did
Ye-
Alistair make one?
One of you does.
I do.
Nessa has the original, and you guys made a copy off that.
Okay. So then, shall we send the treaty with Nessa to Stormhaven and go on to the Dwarven city?
That seems to be wise.
Yeah. Will we need a boat to get there, or is it faster to go over land?
Yeah, you guys can go back to the. Remember, your cart is here with the Stormhaven livery. That sort of identifies you as Stormhaven ambassadors, but that's on the Dwarven ship. That they were here for trade. Nessa will tell you that she's planning on using that to go back to Stormhaven because the dwarves are going back that way. But you can always take your carriage, so to speak, and be on your way.
Yeah, I suppose.
Or if you can always chart. They have their own docks and river goes to it. You'll be going against the current, of course, but there are ways around that, magic ways. But yeah, you can charter a boat that way, but it'll be a little bit expensive because once again it is against the current.
I mean, which way is faster?
Uh, it's about this. I would imagine it's about the same, really. Because if you were with the current, it'd be smooth sailing, but going against it, it's going to be working against you. But yeah, there's essentially a road from Rydal to Khazar el Dun on the map. You don't see it, but it's there. And then you can also take the river as well. So whatever's up to you.
The cart. Should we just take
Yeah,
the...
let's take the cart and
Yeah.
not have to deal with Slizik's curse along the way.
Oh.
That seems like a plus.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
It's been challenging the last week or so.
Let's get Slizik off the struggle bus and onto the
snuggle bus.
Yeah, the lovely cart.
All right, we do so.
All right. I'm assuming you hand over the treaty to Nessa. She does say, it's a pleasure working with you all. Hopefully we'll see each other soon.
Oh.
I expect if things keep progressing as they are, we'll run into each other sooner rather than later.
All right. Yeah, we're about to end up.
It's been a blast.
Yeah. Slizik, you get a message in your head.
Oh,
when she leaves.
Me. Do I get a saving throw?
No, it's not. It's just a message from Nessa to you. She says, for what it's worth, I am sorry. I didn't mean to jeopardize your friendship or with your party members. Just keep in mind what I said later, though.
I say it's all right, only out loud.
Also, don't tell anyone I apologize, or I'll stab you.
Yeah, I'll consider it, also out loud.
Okay. And with that, they get on the dwarven boat, and they sort of, you guys take your cart off and prepare to go to Khazar Dûn, and she and the dwarves sort of push off and make their way back to Stormhaven.
Dude,
She's
Nessa
waved-
just apologized to me.
She waves. She waves to you as you guys.
I went back. She said she was so sorry. What a pansy.
I'm assuming this is out of. I'm assuming that's out of earshot of her, though.
Yeah, I'm like waving at her and smiling as I say it.
All right, you guys have now cleared Rydal essentially. And you're on. You can. NPCs, of course, like I said, will suggest a recommended route for you based on things that make sense in the story and your level. But you can feel free to go to other places, of course.
If we want to die.
It will be difficult. Let's put it that way.
Well, let's go the way they recommend.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose.
Yeah, I die enough, honestly. Let's just.
Yeah,
I,
you
mean,
sure
I
do.
really wanted the guards to hit Slizik instead, but he had literally done nothing. Like,
Yeah.
I know.
he had generated no
there was
threat at
no
all.
reason
He was just
for him
comically
to
flailing
get-
about.
There was
Yeah,
no
good
reason
time.
for him to get hit. And I mean, I wouldn't want to break my streak of dying every time we.
I really am trying to
Literally
go.
every
I
fight.
do it off a threat base, and Eldritch Blast does a lot of damage.
It does.
And Aja was too far away.
I'm just squishy.
I did get hurt.
Just like
though.
Bob.
Can I ask, would slaying a very large crime boss of significant power on an underwater submarine, would you consider that maybe a milestone, or?
I might consider at the end of the session. We'll see
I
how it
see.
goes.
Also, how do you feel about Acquisition Incorporated spells?
Let me think. Let me know which one you're thinking of, because some of those I think are like OP.
Okay.
But yeah. Okay. So you guys are making your way to Khazar Dûn. You're making use of a well-traveled, paved road, so you're not really come across any beasties or bandits or what have you. And you make your way sort of unaccosted to the World's Spire, which is the tallest mountain in on the continent, but it's an anomaly because it is by itself. I mean, usually mountains are accompanied by others, so to speak, mountain ranges and what have you, but this one is just some sort of a lonely peak surrounded by a forest almost, and you're beginning to climb its side, once again following the paved road, and due to the elevation, of course, it becomes colder, and there you see some frost beginning to grace the ground, and the trees are capped with snow, and all that sort of goodness. And you come across...
Ooh. I have my fancy frost armor.
Yes, because of that, you're not feeling the cold a lot.
It's nice and toasty.
And you come across this sort of these massive gates that are sort of pass through a small town first, and you come across these massive gates that are sort of set into the mountain itself. So this is not for those that are have been here before. I don't think anyone's a dwarf, so you wouldn't know. But Alistair, other smart people who have actually attended school, would know that the dwarves here essentially hollowed out this mountain and live in it. And they sort of, and dwarves also like to mine and make things. And so because they're in a mountain, they just go down essentially when they want to find ores and gems and what have you. But for like their city, essentially, is the mountain itself. Directly below where the dwarves live is a place they call the Undercity, and that is where all the drow, or dark elves, live.
Hmm.
This is the only city that would take them / is suitable for them because they can't be in sunlight.
Do I know anything about like how they might interact with like other
Give me a
races and stuff?
history
Or, like,
check. It's not a hard one, but just give me a history check. Okay. So, you know that dwarves are very opinionated about other races.
mhm.
Some might say racist. Specifically towards dark elves and orcs. Well, everyone doesn't really like dark elves because they are sort of. If you're going to the history of the homebrew setting, they are elves that have been turned by Eris that sort of switch sides back. So because they've been corrupted already once before in the past, people are like, well, what's to stop them from doing it again? So that's why they don't have a favorable view of that race, essentially. Full-blooded orcs were also creations of Eris, whereas half-orcs are okay. In most places, in Khazar Dûn, even half-orcs are discriminated against because they remind the dwarves of orcs. In fact, while most of Eris's creations were either killed or banished from the continent after the last war, orcs somehow remained in the deep, dark places of the world. Other creatures might be down here as well, but that hasn't really been disclosed or is public knowledge. But orcs occasionally attack dwarven mining crews down here, so much so that they have in fact established a city far, far down underground called, it's more of a mining outpost really, it's called Khazar El Tor. And it's at the bottom of a long mine shaft / elevator that takes about 3 hours to go down and back up. But that's expedition, and that's what you would know.
Okay.
But none of you are half-orcs, so it should be fine. Or drow.
I'll give everybody a quick rundown of what I know about it.
Oh boy.
Last time we were here, we had a half-orc in the party, and I felt really bad because the dwarves all shitted on her. Like, literally, they're like, you need to tie that creature up, sort of thing. And I felt bad.
Damn, dude.
I mean, let's head on in.
Yeah, so you do know that Stormhaven Stormhaven's like a really nice city, and they have a lot of friendly relations with their neighboring cities. Maybe not so ones further south, but in their immediate vicinity, they had friendly relations with Bryn, with Odessa, with Khazar Dûn, and Rydal. Oh, that's right. You also hated orcs. That's but yeah. So the dwarves see you. They see mainly who's driving, by the way.
I'll drive.
Is anyone proficient with vehicles?
I think
I don't
I
think
am,
anyone
yeah.
is. You're with
I
sea
am.
vehicles,
Oh,
I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, because
Is
you're a
anyone
sailor.
good with handling animals?
absolutely not me.
Also, no one takes animal handling ever.
I actually, in another campaign. I'm playing a different kind of version of Hamish, and I got the animal handling feat as my variant human one. And yeah, it's actually very good. You get to be a mini ranger.
Yeah. In the recent Acting game, they tried to use as many animal handling checks as possible. I think they got to 7. But yeah, it was just a joke because no one ever uses it. Anyway, yeah, so it doesn't. You guys can. Whoever wants to be at the front can. It's usually, I think anyone has wisdom, so whoever has the highest wisdom, if you don't have animal handling, might be up there. Definitely not Slizik.
Nope.
I
Who
have a
feels
wisdom of
particularly
14
wise?
who beats me out.
You just beat me.
Keep in mind these are trained steeds, so they'll take directions fairly easily as long as you don't, tell them to do obviously suicidal things. They will generally go along with your commands.
But if you want to do
Well,
like
I
cool,
guess Anand's driving.
if you want to drift these horses,
That's
I
going to
did
take some
run
animal
them into
handling
some
checks or
bandits.
vehicle proficiency. But yeah, so you come up to the gate. They see you at the front on it, and they sort of, once they see the Stormhaven livery, denoting you as ambassadors, sort of stand up straighter, and they do a sort of permanently stop and just sort of say, well, we Kaiser Eladun recognizes that ambassadors of Stormhaven. May we ask what your business is in our city?
we are here to speak to the leadership about some new developments in the war, as well as proposals in a sort of alliance.
Is this in relation to the North attack on Bryn?
That would be correct.
Very well. We will inform His Majesty of your presence. Please enter.
And
We do.
These massive doors that are like multiple stories tall. Let's say 10. Just swing open.
Go on
And you
in.
guys make your way into Kaiser El Dune. Of course, being inside of a mountain, it is dark, but the area is lit up by these magical sort of glow globes. The whole city is sort of built like in layers, or stacks almost, if what have you. Give me a sweet drawing time with Nathan.
Hell yeah.
So,
for such short creatures, they have such tall doors.
so imagine this
Overcompensating.
is sort of the mountain, and these layers are sort of like designate class or function. The Undercity is below it all, of course. Undercity. But you see right there. So this first one's like just a trade.
Looks like a dude wearing a hat.
Because it is like where people are first sort of going to come up into the city is the first floor, so to speak. And so there's like inns here. There is inns here, merchants, stores, that sort of thing. Second level is more like residential. Let's make it, this last one doesn't exist. The next floor is sort of like a, where their forges are. And the last one is like the throne room. The topmost. And then essentially there is a road that goes all the way, that winds around and wraps around the mountain. So like a spiral staircase. That is the main road of the city.
Are there any like elevators?
Here, no.
Dang.
I guess.
Well, you do see like steam coming off the side of the mountain, like they have vents and stuff. So it kind of looks like a volcano from a distance. Well, I should say usually. For some reason, for those familiar with Alistair, with the 20 history know this, it looks like a volcano from distance, but you don't see that approaching.
I see.
Guess let's head up to the throne room.
Are they taking us right away or?
Yeah. Story stake, you have appeared or approached the city at approximately 9 to 10 a.m. So everyone should be awake and ready. The guards haven't told you the king. You haven't eyes with the king, of course, because you are ambassador of Stormhaven, and you are afforded that honor because you speak for the city. And you know the general layout, of course, Alistair, because of your 20 history, so you can just direct on it on up.
Do 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 do.
Just make sure to you're gonna want to stay on the very large spiral road, and then keep going, but also turn slightly left as you
Yeah,
go.
thank you. I definitely could not have figured that out on my.
That's why I'm here.
And the sort of the higher you get, the more dwarf the people you see, percentage of people you see become. So like while in the trade sort of city, there's a bunch of like a variety of races. As appropriate, people engage in transactions, selling wares, dropping deliveries off, that sort of thing. Residential area is more and more dwarves, but there are you see some other races here as well. Smattering of other races. Forge, the dwarves you see, it's this is almost like a ghost town on the Forge layer. You don't see really any dwarves, just occasional one. You sort of see from a window from a house, but you don't really see any signs of life here really. The odd guard patrol. Other than that, not a lot. And then the throne room is where you guys approach is very gilded. The dwarves are master craftsmen, and the mountain has a lot of riches to provide, and so this place is decked out. There's gold everywhere. There's silver. There's precious jewels. Um, the door to the throne room looks to be very well put together. Also has a mural that depicts sort of how the dwarves came to this mountain and sort of carved it out and made it their own. It is also, it's not quite as massive as the gates at the front, but it's still about 3 stories tall. And there are a contingent of dwarves in very fancy armor in front of you, obviously more well equipped than the guard patrols you have seen, even more so than the gate guards. And they stop you, your cart, and help you lead it off to the side.
All right. Well, I guess hop off.
And as you sort of disembark, one says, "Welcome, ambassadors of Stormhaven. We have been informed of your arrival and of your wish to speak with our king," which I forgot his name, so let me look it up. It's the real D&D, folks. Roll 20 is giving me the middle finger.
Yeah, it does that.
Come on, let me try refreshing. I like how my beautiful drawing loaded first.
I mean, gotta get the important stuff in there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just refer to him as the king for now because Roll20 is still giving me the middle finger. But yeah, they of course ask for your name so that they may present to you before the king.
Slizik.
Does Sir Slizik have a surname?
Salazan.
And the rest?
Anand Noro?
Lady Onid? Sorry, they would say Lady Octonora.
Alistair Winthrop Delfontaine.
Mr. Delfontaine. So they would say Sir. Apologies. Gotta get those prefixes right. And I'm assuming Aja says her name.
Aja Roston.
Okay. And so they sort of inspect you just to make sure you don't have too many stabby implements. On stage also introduces herself as well. And they open the doors. Nary a sound, of course, dwarven craftsmanship as the doors open. And the guards break ranks and allow you to pass. You enter a massive stone hall with pillars reaching up into the sky. It's kind of like the shadows that you can't see. Flanked on the side are dwarven statues, you think depicting like past dwarven kings or heroes. Also flanked by these statues, next to these statues are guards, similar in equipment to the ones outside. The dwarf that asks for your names introduces you as you walk through. There's this massive sort of red carpet for you to walk down. He says, presenting the ambassadors of Stormhaven, Lady Aja Rostin, Sir Alistair Winthrop Delfontaine, Lady Anastasia Camberlin, Lady Onid Ruknoro, and Sir Slizik Salazan, for his Majesty's pleasure. And he bows and leaves, and the door closes behind you.
Oh boy.
And there's this long hallway for you guys to walk up, and you see this king, this very old dwarf with a very large gray beard and a sort of crown on his head. He's sitting in his throne. There's a sort of massive, polished, smooth stone table in front of him, and you see two other dwarves there as well, and they're sort of going over some papers or something. One looks to be very battle-hardened. He's got scars, he's missing an eye, he's got like a patch over it, that sort of thing. And the other one is, man, do not want me to do anything, really. And the other one is sort of a more, bookish-looking fellow. Still a dwarf, but he's also old. He's got, like, glasses on, though, sort of resting on the bridge of his nose. And he's wearing robes. And he's very, very old.
Oh, what a nerd.
They turn to regard you all as you approach. They say, the king recognizes and welcomes the ambassadors of Stormhaven. What can the city of Dune do for the city of Stormhaven? And with that, we will end the session.
Oh boy.
Ooh, buddy.
And due to you completing Rydal and making your way to Kaiser Dune and starting the quest line there, I think that's a sufficient enough milestone for you guys to reach the level 6.
Huzzah!
Oh, buddy, which third level wizard spell should I choose?
I mean, it's going to be Fireball and Counterspell, right?
No, I mean, there's a lot of options on the table.
There are a
here.
lot of options, but they're the 2 best options.
There's the Phantom Steed I'm seeing. There's a Magic Circle.
There are 2 best
Okay.
options, which are Counterspell and Fireball.
Interesting. Wall of Sand. How about that?
Don't even play. You know what you're getting.
I
Even people who
I
aren't
need to
min-maxers,
find a
if
good
they don't
fire
choose those 2,
radiance.
or a Hypnotic Pattern, just tell them to leave, because their level is where your power starts overflowing.
I did have a question though about do you okay, so acquisition ink spells will be case by case, but what about Laboratory of Kowalsh?
Same thing for things that aren't like they're official published books, but they're not like AL legal, so to speak. Let me end the stream. We'll talk about it.
Okay.